Hey all, Russ here, RVerTV, welcome. Check it out. Leaving this park here near Iron Mountain. And guess what? It rained all night long. Go figure. Well, that's okay. We're gonna keep trucking anyway. We've got about 75 miles. We're gonna be along the shorelines of Lake Michigan today. Found 2 lighthouses. Be kind of neat to explore. I figure on a rainy day, what the heck. So we'll see what we're gonna get into. And here it comes. That was kind of neat, that museum yesterday, that big water pump for the old mining, all the Ford motor history here. Pretty cool town. Well, here's downtown Iron Mountain. Big old brick buildings. I'm gonna keep going. I'm actually gonna drop south up here. We're gonna cut into Wisconsin again. This river is the state line. We're just gonna follow it down to what's the town? Marinette, Wisconsin. And there's a lighthouse down there too. All right, we'll make it. Never know. Part of travel. I'll kick the cameras on, and once we get down close, hopefully the rain will let up. Okay, it's almost 2 hours later. I did drive out of the rain. I've hit patches. Right there's the sign for Marinette, Wisconsin. That river off to the left is the state line into Michigan. But even if we just have the cloud cover, I'm happy. Gonna cut through this town, find that lighthouse, then we're gonna truck straight north. I reserved a RV site, be about 60 miles north. We'll skirt along the shoreline. Part of travel. Look at that tiny little bit of blue sky. Go figure. Oh, first roundabout. See a lot of these anymore. Alright, should go around here. This should cut us into town. Heck yeah. Alright, this is Marinette, Wisconsin. Looks like Highway 64. There's actually 2 cities here. The river divides. Menominee, God, I hope I pronounce that right. Michigan, and Marinette, Wisconsin. And that river's called the Menominee River. This should cut us through the downtown, some old buildings. Then we'll get over along the water. Now this lighthouse down here, I don't think we can go inside this one, but we should be able to see it from the outside. Hopefully. Here's some brick buildings, old style, huh? Well, they're still being used. History here in these towns go so far back, way back to their early settlers, all of it. Streets don't look that wet here, so probably getting a little lucky. Wow, look at that old building. Okay, I better pay attention here. Think I gotta go right. Oop, that car let me in. Thank you, buddy. Didn't mean to cut you off. More of the old town here. Eateries. Looks like some doctors. Some of these shops aren't even open. There's a thrift store. Alright, well, we're not too much. Looks like just a little over a mile. We're actually going to cut over to the Michigan side, I think. That's like yesterday driving. Zigzagging between the state lines. It was funny. Kind of cool, really. Now we're getting down here. Getting really close to the water. And we should cross over the river right up here. That'd be something to live on a state line like this, where you drive a mile, you're in Michigan, back and forth. Bunch more old buildings. Okay, I think I need to go left here. Okay, I think we're leaving Wisconsin. Somewhere here. Here you go. Last time in Wisconsin. Across the river. Oh, I see the lighthouse off to the right. Camera's not picking it up. Cool beans. So we're not going to get rained out here. We'll check this one. So this is Menominee, Michigan. Say that 10 times. It's a mouthful. Native American name. Yay, made it. Like this might be a park or something back in here too. There you go. That's part of Lake Michigan. All these big bays. Another mini ocean. Few puddles on the road. Look like they probably got rain overnight. Rain's good. I'm just not used to it, and when you travel, you just never know. Part of it. As long as we can video a couple stops, I'm happy. See the lighthouse? Way out at the end of that pier. Looks like we got a walk in front of us. I don't mind. Not too many people here. Like about 2 or 3. All right. Let's go for a walk. In case you're wondering, the humidity has to be about 70%. It is just thick. Hot and humid right now. Looks like they got a little boat launch here. Take you out to the big lake. Oh my goodness. History of Michigan and Wisconsin. Iron ore was discovered along the river, dating way back into the early 1800s. The lighthouse was restored in 2016 for $350,000 by a private donor. All right, well, I'm up for it. That's quite a ways out there, but let's take a little walk. Breakwater is slippery when wet. Menominee North Pier Light. See, now they got those LED type things that are way out there. All different. We got some wind. If it wasn't so humid, it'd feel good. Wow, look at the old wood. That's probably the old docks and piers that were here. Can you imagine all the ships that came through here? Well, that sign said iron ore. Probably out of Iron Mountain. Hauling all the ore out. Well, it looks like people fish out through here. That must be like a weather station maybe, huh? You know, in the winter they get snow and ice, and it's not like this. Got you a bench, sit out here. Probably get some really beautiful sunrises. Oh, here we go. They're heading out. It's quite a ways out here. I see fishermen over on the other side. A couple nights ago, I was watching local weather, and the weatherman was talking about the high humidities out here. And he calls it air you can wear. I agree. It's like being in a sauna. Another little bench. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I'll be darned. Lighthouse location, 1877 to 1880 something. So they kept extending it as they made the pier longer. Too bad one of those big barges doesn't come through right now. That'd be fun to see. They have to. They got to. Oh, here's another red marker. See what this one says. So the lighthouse was located here, 1881 to 1886. So they moved it pretty quick as they kept making this pier bigger. The wind's actually a little calmer out at this end. Go figure. Okay, here it is. It's been restored. They said 2016 by a private donor. Spent $350,000 to restore this. No climbing or jumping. Not a problem. Wow. Saving history. There's a solar panel on it. Bet they still got some kind of a light in it. Big old iron door on it. Round window. Looked like it had solar panel in there. All this at one time was a wooden pier, then they poured the concrete. This was all man. They had 4,000 volt cable out here to power the light and foghorn. Everything back in the 20s and 30s. There's stuff in there. It's open limited. It's closed today, so sorry. But we're out here. 1974, that concrete was poured. Probably resurfaced. I bet you could catch some fish out here. Just like the ocean, isn't it? Pretty cool. This is Great Lake number 2. We start at Lake Superior. And I'm gonna skirt around. We're actually gonna go over through the Mackinac Bridge in a couple days. Now that wind kicked right back up. Alright, well, nice little walk. Let's head back for the van. It's all kind of broken up there, isn't it? Power of the waves hitting there, crashing on it. Well, too cool for school. See, tiny little bits of blue sky, but them low clouds are just gonna keep us covered up today, it looks like. It's alright. More of the old wooden pier there. So that wood's over 100 and plus years old. All right, lighthouse number 1 down. We made it. Now that I walked out there, look, I bet the sun comes out down there. Oh well. We're gonna truck north about 60 miles up to a town called Escanaba, Michigan. Boy, the name of these towns are tough. Escanaba. There's a lighthouse up there we're gonna find. And here's part of the old town here. All that brick. Looking good though. They've really restored everything well. Right along the waterfront down here. I like those corner domes on that building there. How'd you like your office in there? Look out the windows. See the water, the ships. Nice big park. Looks like a boat harbor here. Old street lights with the flower pots hanging. Heck yeah. They're setting up something. They must have something going down here. Some kind of event at their park. There's your American Legion. All right, I'm following the phone here. We're about through it. Is that an old movie theater? The Lloyd? Or a hotel? Huh. We're sightseeing. Okay, I think I need to make a left here. Yep. They don't build structures like this anymore. To me, this old look is priceless. Big old church there. Medium strips out here in the road with grass growing in it. So you gotta mow it. Another church. Pretty cool. All right, well, we got about 60 miles, truck north. I'll pick up the pace a little bit. We'll get up there and check out that other lighthouse. Supposed to be really cool. I think we can get inside that other one, which will even be better. Well, for the way I started out this morning in the hard rain and end up like this, I'm pretty darn happy. How about you guys? Another church right there. All right, here we go. Heading north. Made it. This is called Sandpoint Lighthouse. Right there it is. And it looks open. Now I just need to find a place to park. Yeah, I ain't gonna fit in there. Ooh, they got this closed off. Let me turn around. I'll go back and park along that street, along the park. Right behind this van will be perfect. Alright, let's go check out this old lighthouse. (1866 to 1939) Sandpoint Lighthouse. Wow, the history here. That all these places are just so loaded. All the keepers that got to live here and their families. Hours are 11 to 4. Well, let's go on in. It's open. There's also a historical museum next door. A lot of local history. There's a boathouse here. All kinds of old stuff. Look at the pictures. A lot of shipwrecks around here. Is this still a working lighthouse? Brazil lens, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be kept in like air condition.
Those things are expensive.
Yeah.
This is where they lived, the keeper. It's not a working lighthouse anymore. It's still lit, but they got big ones that float out in the water now. Wow. All the pictures. Lifetimes were here. People's lifetimes. There's your entertainment. Old sewing machine, radiator heat. Cookware. It's where people used to sit and have dinner together. Big old stove. Well, we can go up top. We can definitely go up. Must have been like a kid's room, little bed. This must be the main bedroom, maybe, huh? They fixed this up nice. This is totally restored. All the furniture in here. Another room. So you had 3 rooms up here. Cool looking lamp. Still has the lens, huh? Isn't that cool? Poverty Island. Huh. Well, there's their view they've had for, what, 150 years from this building? Imagine all the ships this thing saved. That's that boathouse down there. Wow. Pretty cool. Vent when they used to probably burn oil in here. Kerosene, whatever they burn for the light. There's the light. So it's still going. Pretty cool. We'll walk through that marina too. That building over there, I think that's their little museum thing. Go in there too. Your ticket, it's $3 to get in here, and it includes both buildings. Not much headroom getting up through there. All right, well, I think we covered most of it. Very well done, old violin. Sandpoint Lighthouse. If you get a chance, stop in and check her out. You won't be disappointed. Well, let's go find that boathouse and we'll walk over to the other building. Mary Terry, first woman lighthouse keeper, served for 18 years here. First woman of the Great Lakes keepers. Wow, huh? There you go. Go out and get in that big Great Lake in that little boat. That is pretty. That is all restored. That is a ton of work to bring a boat back to life like that. My goodness. This whole room, this whole place, very well done. There's the rail so they could pull it in and out. Got a little wind share. I'll be darned. Well, pretty darn cool. There's some pictures of when they were restoring the boat. The boathouse and the surf boat. Here's the rails. I bet it's been a long time since they launched that thing. Drag it through the trees there. What a neat park. Go figure. There's a beach down there. Huh. Well, let's sneak our way over to that other building. Here's another storyboard. Lighthouses at Delta County. Wow, quite a few. All back around the late 1800s, early 1900s. There's another building there I missed. No swimming. I don't know if I'd swim here or not. Here's another little storyboard. Railroad and ore docks. Yeah, my goodness. This entire region. Iron ore. That tree's been there a while, hadn't it? Alright, there's the museum. Let's check out this other little building before we go in there, though. Looks like shipwrecks. Torpedo strikes deadly blow. Huh. Icebreaker, maybe, huh? U.S. Coast Guard. Okay, this is all for the Coast Guard in here. All the big ships that come through, sailing ships. Very, very well done. And we still got one building left. Heck yeah. A lot of local history in here. Very nice young lady at the counter. That young man in the lighthouse was very cool, very informative. It's a summer job for him. There's a big old barge, 1,000 feet long, some of them things are. Carrying iron ore. And looks like replica. Doctor office. Lots of pictures. Aren't those called schooners? Those big ships with the sails? I don't know. Sounds good. I'll stick with it. Historic downtown. We'll drive through town. Gladstone, it's a town just a couple miles up the road, a few miles. There's RV park. That's where I'm going to spend the night. There you go. Nothing's complete without the local still. Heck yeah. Looks like a lot of cool artifacts. Pictures of old buildings. Got some stills. Is that an old water jug? Wow. That is old. Old bank vault. The design in that old cash register, that's National Cash Register. Remember when a couple years ago it was in Dayton, maybe 3 years ago? Dayton, Ohio. That's old downtown there. 1900 to 1950. Just everything changes through the lifetimes. Big old heavy desk, big old roll up top there. More local folks. I'm sure they were important here. 1882 to 1969. And looks like they're veterans service memorials in here. CCC Corp. We see a lot of that all over the country, don't we? They changed all these areas that we get to enjoy nowadays, even today, all them years ago. Fire departments, more old paintings. Pretty neat. Oh, the Civil War history. Delta County. Look at that. Old veterans from the Civil War. Wow. Huh. I'll be darned. Railroad and train history here. There's the bell. Every museum has a bell. Huh. The heck is that? Oh, we gotta check that out too. Maybe a piece off a ship. Another boat in mint condition. They got it on a cart with wheels. Has a little engine in it. My goodness. Can you imagine being out in that big Great Lake in that thing? Wow. Probably fishing or something, maybe, huh? Snowshoes. Tells you where you're at. Way up north. Those look wore out. Well, cool. Let's go outside and check that big chunk of wood out there. That got me curious. Well, very well done. Tons of tools in here, workshops. They have saved all their history here, which is good. Hopefully they keep going for a long, long time. There's a couple bells, probably off ships or whatever. Huh. But this thing, it's gotta be a piece of a boat, big wooden boat. What the heck? Oh, it's a rudder. I'll be darned. Off an old freighter. They pulled it out of the mud. My goodness. The ship burnt down, and that rudder was stuck in the mud for 80 years and they recovered it. But the ship was destroyed by fire. Huh. That is something. Made it all these years. Now it's still out of the water and still making it. That is too cool for school. So that shipwreck's out there pretty close. Said it was laying in about 15, 20 feet of water. Huh. Very cool. Quite the park. Huge. Got a big boat harbor here. The museum, the lighthouse, beaches. Just a little bit everything here. Well, I'm going to cut through here, heading back towards the van. They have free bicycles you can ride around here. I got the e-bike with me. That kid in the lighthouse was telling me there's another lighthouse up close to where I'm spending the night in Gladstone. You can't go in it, just an old one. Well, when I get up to the RV park, if it ain't raining, we'll take a quick bike ride maybe or something. Boats. I've had boats through the years. I never had a sailboat. I always had power boats. No more. If I ever had a desire to go out on a boat, I'd rent one for a day and give it back. You buy them and then they sit all the time. You hardly use them. You use them at first, then it kind of dwindles away. But they're neat to look at. Fun to live on. I guess you could live on one. Oh no, these lakes here, they get like oceans. You can get really wild weather and big waves. Finsanity. Cool name. Well, I don't know about you. I'm ready to head towards that RV park. Let's see what else we can get into here. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you sign up for free newsletter. Put one out once a month now. Also, we got all kinds of cool articles, pictures about previous travels, future travels, all that. And we got a merch shop, armchair traveler series, coffee mugs, hats, shirts. Also, the 2025, heck yeah, mugs and shirts and all that coming out too, which helps support the channel and future videos just like this one, exploring right along the shoreline of Lake Michigan through all these cool towns, lighthouses, all of it. Once again, it's RVerTV.tv, and I appreciate it very much. Alrighty, well, cut through Old Town, downtown. Looks like we just got a few miles left, not much at all. We've done a few miles a day too since we left Iron Mountain, dropping south, so it's about 80, 140. Then we get about 160 mile a day. Not bad. Alright, more old buildings. Thrift store there. Bike shop. Ludington Center. True Value Hardware. Banks. Kind of a neat little town. It's up here by itself too, way up in the corner of the lake. Huh. Actually, it's a pretty good sized town. Rosie's Diner. I bet they got good food. Alright, well, looks like that's an old town there, downtown. We're gonna cruise right up to Gladstone and find that RV park for the night. It's run by the city. Their RV park should be right on the water too. Welcome to Gladstone Bay RV Park Campground. It's run by the town here. I called in, got a site reserved for one night. Well, right now it's not raining, so let's do this. I will get set up. We'll fire up the e-bike and take a little ride. That lighthouse shouldn't be too far away that they have here. I don't think it's a big fancy one like we just went in. We'll find out. Alright, let me find out where they want me to park. It's like a peninsula. We're out here surrounded by water. And it is hot and humid. The heat's really picked up. It is like a blast furnace right now here. This campground, they got tent camping. You can buy wood, firewood, propane. They even deliver it to your site. Pretty neat place. Okay, that lighthouse is right in this park here. Feels good to be out of the van. Cut through here. We'll find it. Nice little marina harbor here. Let's see the lighthouse, restrooms, all kinds of stuff. This makes our third lighthouse today. Not bad, huh? Couple statues there. There you go, number 3. All right, well, let's head on back to the campground. Tomorrow we're gonna circle around the northern shoreline of Lake Michigan a little bit, do a little exploring. It'll be all weather permitting though. Hopefully these clouds will go away and get a little blue sky, give me a break on the rain. Been in it for 2 solid days now. Oh well, can't complain, we're out here doing it. There's home for the night, yay. Journey continues. Talk soon.